go. Away, and it's Alison Sorrell off the 470 metres, who is out in front of the highest handicap. Then it's Lucy Sperling next, followed by James Grant, Gianni Scaleri. Then it's Oliver Civic, followed by Sam Keane. In after them is Gerardo. Not far after is Carter, then Civic, and bringing it up the rear is Deacon Gore, who is the back marker and got a fair bit of distance to catch up before he can get into the second to last position. They start to make their way around now, and they're coming towards the finish line. A few laps for all of these runners. 1,600 metres, of course, they've got to pace themselves. There's Oliver Civic running along quite nicely, got a bit of ground to make up. He was off the handicap of 260 metres. Just in behind him now is Gerardo, who's run well today. Coming around the home turn now, we've got a couple who are coming together, so just got to try and set the pace off one another at the moment. And running along quite nicely is Carter and also Ryan Civic, and at the rear of the field, still with a bit of ground to make up, is Deacon Gore. He's got a few laps to run, so no real change in the order for the early stages of this race. 1,600 metres, 374 metre track here today. So a fantastic track. They've done a great job here, the Crystal Brook community. And out in front at the moment, we've got Alison Sorrell doing it well, still holding sway at the moment. Got a couple of laps to go still in this race. Lucy Sperling not in far behind, running quite strongly at the moment. Just trying to bridge that gap. Still probably about 30 metres or so to make up just that little bit of ground at the moment. Now making a little bit of a move at the moment is Gianni Scaleri. Gianni is running along very, very nicely as he crosses the line here. Still a couple of laps to run, and not far in behind him is Gerardo. So Gerardo still with a bit of work to do, but certainly running along very, very nicely at the moment. Field just starting to bunch up a little bit at stages. These two have been in each other's pockets for most of it. And I'm talking, of course, about Terence Carter, and just in behind is Ryan Civic. Making just a little bit of headway now is Deacon Gore, but still with a little bit of work to do after starting off the 100-metre handicap, some 370 metres behind Alison Sorrell, who was out in front. So a fair way to go still in this race. We've got the 1,600 metres, and we're about a third of the way through, I would say, as it stands right now. And still out in front is Alison Sorrell, who is running pretty well, but she's just starting to have that lead eaten into now by Lucy Sperling, who's doing very nicely. She was 80 metres behind at the start of the race, but it's slowly being eaten into, and it's probably only about 10 or 15 metres. Just in behind them now is making some good ground as well. A few of the runners, and running along very well is Civic, who's doing very nicely, but still in front Sorrell as she crosses with the bell. 1 lap to go. Lucy Sperling, though, is now within striking distance. Civic is running along well, but you can also see Gerardo starting to feel that the race is getting closer, coming into his own. Really like the pace now of Carter as well, looking strong. Needs to make a bit of ground now is Civic. He's got some work to do, and Gore has it all to do with a lap to go, but running along very, very nicely as well. 1 lap to go, and there's been a change at the top. In front now is Lucy Sperling. Can she hold on though? Gerardo really starting to look strong as he gets towards the back straight now. He could be the one to beat, I think. Gerardo now in front, ahead of Sperling, who is just starting to find it difficult. It's a long race, it's tough going. In third place at the moment is young Civic, but he's been overtaken. Could be a race in 2, I reckon. It looks like it's going to be Carter and Gerardo. Gerardo in front at the moment, but he's got Carter breathing down his neck. There's only about 15 metres in it. Can he get him? Gerardo's found another gear. Can he hold on? Civic's coming on strongly again for a second win. It's been a really good race. Sperling's in there for 4. Civic also starting to make some ground. But Gerardo's run a brilliant race. Magnificent tactics. Gerardo's going to win. Carter, fantastic effort. Gerardo wins it. Carter in second. I've loved the run of Civic coming in third. And also Civic coming in 4th. The two brothers. Sperling in 5th. Great finish from Gore, who comes 6th. And a really strong effort there from Sorrell, who comes across the line next in 7th.